Greetings, fellow carpenters and craftsmen. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Jurassic Splashdown. Episode 3, Furnishings for Our Little Shack. Uh-oh! A group of tribespeople from the Loea exiles have arrived nearby. His name is Dinosaur? Okay. Well, we're getting attacked by a dinosaur, I guess. They're attacking immediately. I know nothing about them. I do know that bullets are really good against dinosaurs. You will not threaten my family. Or maybe you will, I don't know. Oh my god. Apparently, I suck at shooting. Well, you're naked and sweaty and chasing me. Great. And you're an undergrounder, apparently. You're like, loathe being outside. Could he have the nimble trait? Nimble trait wouldn't really help in this instance. Nimble trait is for meleeers. Okay, all but one of the rice is sown. And I am going to try to put some distance between me and them. I swear they just grunted at me like they were a dinosaur. And he yelled to Spieler, Nabla, and Doppy to get inside. I see that there's some potato seeds left, but that's fine. Oh, look, you're setting fires. Alright, Spieler, go tend to the fire. And Ken, get ready for more lovely chasing. Ooh, a hit! That's going to be important. Shot to a leg. Oh, brilliant. Well, he's bleeding out now. Wow, that's a big bleed. I shredded your leg. I'm letting the children stay inside as to not panic them so much. And we'll just take down this this dinosaur here. Problem is he's trigger happy, so he shoots fast, but not accurately. He's a hunter, but I never said he was a good one. Oh, down you go. Bye-bye, Mr. Oonga Boonga. Well, that was first contact with, anyone on the outside world. Can't say it was friendly. Leave them for dino food? I'd rather not teach the dinosaurs in this area that humans are yummy. Something tells me that that's ultimately gonna backfire on us a bit. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. There's not a lot of barberries around for us to use. Sashi, thank you for the gifted subs, and Blood Mess for the cheer. Oh, Spieler, don't leave that out. Right, you're not allowed out there. Let's fix that. So, we have 27 of the 35 potatoes, we have 49 of the 50 rice, and ambrosia sprout. And give me one moment. Trying to paint the ambrosia sprout so we auto harvest. I think I got it all. Yep. Awesome. Call it ambrosia 1. It's not that far from our base, so that's pretty convenient. Whoa! A golden capitrain with quantum kicking it off with a hell of a cheer. Goodness. Thank you. I'll drink to that. I missed chance to get some dinosaur leather? Oh, that's sick. Is that really what you want me to teach my children here? See the bad man named Dinosaur? Let's skin him. Yeah, that's parenting 101 of what not to do. The Ed Gain parenting method. No thanks. Hard pass. We might need to consider some dino hunting. I'm gonna try to queue up some barberries that are ripe-ish, but foraging can only get us so far because there's not tons of berries, and we are competing with all of the herbivores for berries. Oh, there's a lot of berry bushes here. Nice. And my god, man. Hype train is going off like crazy. Is the marathon timer working again? Nope, still not. Okay, cool. Quantum again. Cheers, you all. What a golden kappa train. I'm glad you all like my my parenting chops. This is a pretty good amount of berries that we're going to be able to rummage up. All right, in terms of learning, we only have one book, but thanks to that one book here, we can fulfill reading. Sky dreaming, hypothetically, can be done. I think sky dreaming... So let me back up a minute and talk about the needs of children in RimWorld, because they're very specific. And if we are to satisfy the learning requirements of the children, it's going to be a little tricky. So this is going to get a little technical. So children want to do floor drawing, which is easy. You draw anywhere, right? No problem. We already satisfy floor drawing. Lesson taking is at a school desk, taught by a parent or a teacher in this case. And once we get complex furniture, which we're currently researching now, we'll be able to make a blackboard and school desks. So that one we can fulfill. Another one is nature running. Nature running is a little tricky because nature running means that it needs to be away from player-owned buildings, structures. Sort of like how you can't build near an animatree. And it needs to be roughly 40 tiles away from anything player built. So if we, let's say, brought this out 40 tiles, if I wanted to be able to nature run here, I would need to wall an area up like this. This is really rough. But I would need to be able to wall up an area like this and drive out all of the dinosaurs from this area. And this is why I was saying it's going to be really complicated to offer the children the lives that they deserve. We'll need to wall up an area like this so that the 13 by 13 square in the middle is available for nature running. So you can see the kind of projects we're in for properly caring for our children. Because being able to run in nature means that they need to be far enough away from the walls, but still inside walls, because there's no way I'm letting them run in nature with dinosaurs out there. That's insane. Right? So that's nature running. Sky dreaming, I think, is the same deal. that it has to be something like 36 tiles away from a nearby colony structure. So they can't Skydream or Nature Run until I have a massive swath of this map walled off for myself. Work watching is really easy, where they just follow around a parent and watch them work. But if the parent is working outside of their confined areas, they can't do that. And then when I research things like microelectronics, there will also be radio talking, and radio talking is like using the comms console to chat with people, which is a little weird on a neolithic planet, such the one we live on, because who are you talking to? Casper the friendly ghost? Like, I have no idea, but whatever. So that gives you an idea of some of the projects that we're going to have for ourselves in the future to be able to satisfy the educational scores of our children. So things like skydreaming and nature running are literally impossible for me to do right now, but I would like to be able to do them at some point. And also, my goodness, people, the love of the hype train here. Holy cow. A golden kappa train going off with all these gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. I'll drink to that. Oh, they're going to be talking to the echoes of the void? That's not a little creepy. So I've got about 200 lumber, and I think I want more than that so that I can build like shelving and the school tables and all that. So I'm going to queue up some of the katsura trees near the base that are grown or fully grown, and get as much lumber as I can, because I'm sure I'm going to go through it pretty quick. I also know that, Ken, you are going to need to come out here and harvest a hell of a lot of berries. So the reason I'm using Ken to go outside, one, he is a shooter, so he can kind of defend himself, and two, he's a jogger, he moves real fast. So if anyone's to be chased by a dinosaur, it ought to be Ken. Oh god, the hell are you doing here? Yeah, that made me uncomfortable. Hey Ken? Let's shoot at that thing. Oh god, we pissed off two of them. Close the door. And repair. Hey, Ken might have made a oopsie. Nobody go outside right now. Outside is, a big no-no. Kiddos, do not exit. I did hit him once, though. But not for a bleed. I don't think there's going to be enough time to even wing a shot at them before they get here. Stronger doors? Definitely high up on the priority list of things to build. And for emergencies, possibly even spike traps. So that if things get real bad, I can always drop a lure through a spike trap. Alright, these things move at like 4, so I can outrun them, but it's going to be really hard to outrun them and shoot at the same time. So they are predators that try to eat people, potentially. Which is why I'm hunting them. I just need to be really careful. The other problem is the jungle offers a lot of cover, so it's just really tricky to actually hit anything. And they walked away. Weird. Ooh, get got. Well, there's a bleed. Yeah, these things are, like, freakishly large. There's a lot of freakishly large insects, actually. Like, here's another one. This thing is, a massive centipede type thing. With a very large body. Like, body size, it's like over twice the size of a human. Because a human's body size by default is 1, and that thing is like a 2.18. So, another thing not to mess with. Alright, yeah, I am being chased. The reason I'm hunting these things is, they were right outside my door, and they're the only hunters actually on the map tile right now. So if I clear them out, I'll have a little bit of respite from, actively being hunted by dinosaurs for a bit, I think. So, plus, we're hungry. Oh my god. I'll just kite. Kite and fight. And when I was picking those berries, it was like sitting on top of me, so I didn't feel safe continuing to pick berries with the like mutant damselfly sitting on top of me. There we go, there's another shot. And it's down. Awesome. Hauling them in. Now, just because there's no other predators on this map tile doesn't... Oh, no, there is still one more. But it doesn't necessarily mean that one of these dinosaurs aren't going to go, like, randomly manhunter on me and try to kill me anyway. So even though... even when I clear all the predators off the map tile, it doesn't necessarily mean it's safe to have children, for instance, wander around. That would still be very much unsafe. So these things butchered to insect meat, which is super gross, and I don't want to eat that. And also, chitin. Probably putting meat out in the open where, okay, in hindsight, that's a really bad spot for it. That's good, just gonna attract more dinosaurs, so let's put it in the farm. I don't need to make things worse for myself. Alright, Ken, back to the berry bush. Because we are really low on kcals. Well, thank you all for the hype train. That is incredibly generous of you all. Thanks for keeping me employed. You're my boss. Alright, Doppy is finally getting the last rice sown. Awesome. Good job, Doppy. We have all but one potato, and Nobble's starting to do the corn. Oh, look at that. That's definitely a dinosaur. That is adorable. And we are very close to having complex furniture done. So I think I might end up polling you guys about the next research project. What to research next? So I could do ranged weapons. Passive cooler. Trapping. Stone cutting. So ranged weapons, because I know you might not be familiar with this, is just short bows. Passive cooler, you know what that is. Complex stone cutting is, well, stone cutting. Trapping is spike traps. We could also research composting. So that we could start fertilizing. There you go. Pulls up. Medicine could be useful. Yeah. So heal root can't be sown by low-level plant tenders, which is why I didn't include it. Heal root is a minimum growing skill to sow 8. So no one has a growing skill even close to 8. Nabla's at 4. So I'll include medicinal herbs when Nabla or someone in our family has the chops for it, but we don't yet have the chops for that. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm glad I didn't finish sowing all the corn, because it just got blighted. And this is why it wasn't sowing all the seeds we had. So we had backup seeds. So we have 21 corn seeds left. I'm only going to plant half of that. I'll plant 11 of it. If you're wondering, it is possible to turn crops back into seeds. So once we have a few good harvests of rice, corn, and potatoes and everything else, we'll be able to make more seeds and keep them banked. Another ambrosia. It's pretty close by. Apparently, Cassandra Classic is like, hey, parenting is stressful. Have some drugs. Thanks, Cass. You the best. Apparently we're going to feast on ambrosia for survival. Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like it. Alright, and we're down to 12 meals. But we do have some berries. So I'll try to make sure to, nice, that's a lot of lumber. I'll try to make sure to be cooking up the berries so we can eat. Where's the closest berry bush? There's one. It could probably wait. That's a horrible place to cloud watch, but okay. Cloud watching on insect meat. Gross. Alright, something I'm going to want to make now, during the daytime, is a bloomery. It looks like you guys want me to focus on trapping. After the fiasco that was the human named Dinosaur trying to attack us, it became pretty clear that running away in a panic, like we're, you know, Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean, is not a very effective way of running from the primordial enemies that we face. So to that end, I will start to work towards being able to create steel, because steel is going to be the best trap material. Complex furniture is done, and you want trapping next. Alright, with complex furniture done, we also have the ability to make a simple research bench once we have a little more steel. So again, making a bloomery makes a lot of sense. But there's some even more important tasks to do, the first of which is beds. So I'll get beds, and then I'll get school desks. The lateral research thing is just a way for the mod to accommodate other mods, so we can ignore it. Ooh, a poor bed. I'll probably opt for redoing that one. Don't want anyone drawing short straw. Wasn't necessarily looking for super high quality beds, just poor kind of sucks, especially if you get sick. So lateral thinking, it's a prerequisite of any orphan research tech, including modding ones. So it's essentially the prerequisite for any research that gets broken up by this mod. You can think of it that way. All right, now that we have the beds done, the next thing I wanted to do was the school desks. Which is going to take a considerable amount of resources. Which is why I wanted to cut down more of the Katsura trees, but I didn't really get around to it. And then on top of that, I want to get a... what is it called? A seed processing bench. So that we can make sure that we have enough seeds. Because we're starting to do some crop harvests, but I want to turn the rice back into seeds so that we have a really healthy supply of seeds for all the seed types that we've got. Also, I will do the research bench. So hold off on processing the rice there. So add build, extract seeds, extract rice seeds, and do until we have 75 rice seeds. This is going to be for corn. Do until we have 75. And then the last bill will be potatoes. Because that's all we're planning right now. But this should allow us to ensure that the first of our good harvests become seeds for the future. I just need to make sure to keep these seeds well protected. Because if they're not, rip. So it's going to be more important for us to process seeds. So 8 rice turns into 13 rice seeds. So it's a very positive feedback loop as long as we're processing it. So we started off with 75 rice seeds, and now we're going to have almost replacing everything that we've already planted. All right, what to research next? We did get trapping. So ranged weapons, passive coolers. You know what? I'm actually going to commandeer this one. I'm going to start researching passive cooler. And the reason is we live in the jungle and we're heading into summer. I don't think I really need to explain that one. All right, so the current priority right now is build up a supply of food and make a school. And then when we're doing normal harvests, we generally, unless it's a fail, get like at least 1 seed out of the harvest. Although Doppy, let's have you not grow anymore. So now we have 71 of the 75 rice seeds that we arrived with, and we still have plenty of rice left over to harvest. So as long as we're careful and we avoid blight and the like, there's a positive feedback loop which allows us to continually add more seeds to our supply. We just have to be cautious about overharvest and the like. How about a seed room in the mountain? Yeah, it's a good future project. So that fire or raiders aren't likely to be able to exhaust our seed supply. And there we go. We have 84 rice seeds. This is also going to allow us to potentially expand our farm. But let's cut down some trees. So once we do some of the sowing and harvesting that we have queued up, I can grow the farm into the rest of the fertile soil zones. So we don't have to keep it at 50. We can go up to... Maybe right now, I'll expand the rice up to 65. Because we're getting our first rice harvest. Is the plan to have coolers using water? I don't have a plan like that. The plan is to survive. There's no greater plan. Oh, here we go. Here's some lesson taking. And Nabla also has lesson taking as a educational desire. All right, we only have 11 meals. So after I get a little bit of this this raw wood, I'll make an effort to grab more barberries from out here. Soon will be the day where we won't need to rely upon foraging. I hope. But of course, meat is an important part of our diet too. So eventually perhaps hunting some of the easier targets. It looks like the ankylosaurs might be easy because they're not pack animals. They're off on their own and they don't run too fast. Although they're tough as nails. So, you know, there's that. Alright, more tree cutting. And Spiller's doing Doppy's lessons for the day. Nice. Learning is going up there. Growth here hasn't gone up yet, but that's not surprising. It's very hard to teach people or teach children in the deep jungle. There you go, Frenzy for Nabla. How fast do you walk now? Oh, almost as fast as Daddy. That's a quick kid. Alright, the insect meat rot. Oh, you know, we really don't need the wooden club. Oh, you're making Meganura. I guess Ken shared the story about how he killed 2 Meganura that were hanging around the colony. And in this case, I think what I'll do is maybe just do one desk, because we'll divide and conquer and have parents not take up all the time. But seems to me like we have a good amount of rice seeds now. We have 100. That's a little bit more comfortable. You know, look at you. Parents are happy. Childlike wonder. This world is a magical place. You can't wait to grow up. I mean, it's better than your last home, full of corrupt politicians that wanted to murder you. So, I guess, yeah. Compared to that, it is wonderful. Alright, just go to sleep. I know you were trying to mine, but watching that was kind of miserable. Wow, you really are a quick sleeper. Holy hell. You're up at 1 in the morning? All right, let's unforbid the green lumber and start making batches. And the Magnura's flammability offset, that's interesting. Might make some good clothing at some point. Because another way to contend with heat waves is to wear clothing that protects you from the heat. So might, in the long run, not be a bad idea. Alright, I'm gonna guess we're gonna need more berries. Actually, a lot of this rice is pretty close to growing, so Ken, I'm gonna have you go after trees instead. More lumber. And after that, after we get the school set up, I'll try to get a research bench for Spieler. To help Spieler out. Oh, what did I hear? Alright, that Magnura is not close. That one's not close. Okay. I think I'm okay. Floor drying, reading, floor drying, nature running. Okay, so no lessons today. Got it. Hey, big guy. If I could find an Ankylosaurus that's like has some sort of scar or pre-existing injury, that would be most ideal. With that said, I'm not really sure I want to waste all of the meat because it's not like I have refrigeration yet. So maybe that's a bad idea. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Jurassic Splashdown, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind this streamed one time only as a marathon. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Special thanks to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow survivors in this jungle world.